use dynamics when you play keys. Okay? What are dynamics? Dynamics refers to the intensity of a sound, how loud it is or how quiet it is. If you're talking about a really loud sound or a really quiet sound, chances are you're referring to dynamics. Okay? So, how does that work on keys? Like, what can you do to change the dynamics, how loud it is? Okay? First, velocity. Velocity refers to how hard you press the key. See? You can use velocity to make it sound louder or quieter, to change the intensity for dynamics. Okay? Another way you can do it is by using more or less notes. All right? How quickly you play notes. If you use the low or high registers of the keyboard. Okay? And the distance in between your hands. These are all some factors that contribute to having a loud or a quiet sound on keys. I'm going to go through one by one and give you examples. And then I'm going to put them all together at the end and show you an example of using all of these techniques to play just an improvised little piece that I'm going to make up on the fly. And I'm going to start off quiet and it's going to get really loud. All right? First, velocity. I can play something really simple. And then I can start to play louder and it's going to sound louder. Okay? I'm playing the exact same notes at the exact same speed in the exact same spot. The only thing I'm changing is how hard I'm hitting those notes. Okay? Now, more or less notes. So if you play lots of notes at the same time, it's going to sound bigger than if you play less notes. Okay? So I'm going to play two examples at the same velocity, and I'm just going to play less notes, and it's going to sound a bit quieter. Okay? All right? Did you hear how that was different? Okay. Next, how quickly you play. This refers to kind of how fast your fingers are moving. I'm gonna do kind of like this, and then I'm gonna speed it up, and then I'm gonna slow it down. Okay. See? That got louder and then it got quieter. That wasn't a perfect example because I can't play full velocity at that full speed, but you get the idea. Okay? Now, low and high registers. You play up here and you play down here. All right? So I play up here. See? And then last but not least, the distance in between your hands. This is the one that I see the most keyboard players don't use. They often like to play in this mid-range area of the keyboard. Now, that is good if that's your goal. If your goal is to just be sitting in the mix and not be poking out to be heard from the other instruments. If your goal is to be kind of a background supporting role, then by all means, play in the middle here. But if you want to have your part heard, if you want to stand out in the mix, you need to put space in between your hands. You need to put your right hand up higher, left hand down lower. All right? Now I'm going to show you what that means. See? So I just used the space in between my hands to give this lead line, give that lead line more authority. In the mix of more instruments, that lead line is going to poke out, and people are going to hear that even if there's other instruments playing at the same time. See? When I move my left hand down, it's giving more authority to the low end, the bass. It's helping that take up more space because a lower sound translates to our ears as a more intense sound. All right? Now, I'm going to use all of these techniques together I'm not going to talk while I'm doing it. I'm going to let you listen and figure it out and listen to what I'm doing. And I'm going to be using all 5 of these techniques, and I'm going to put them all together and use it to change the dynamics of something. All right? So I'm going to start up here. See? So you heard how the dynamics there changed drastically. I was using all 5 of those different techniques that you can use to change the dynamics. See? So if you go with this mindset when you play keys, then you can start changing some of these things while you're playing and use that intentionally to match the environment you're playing in. All right? If everybody else on the stage is playing quietly, maybe you should play quietly. If everybody else is playing really big, maybe you should also play really big. Try to match the environment, all right? There are times when you need to not match the environment, but those are not as common. But you should usually try to match what everybody else is doing dynamically, all right? Use dynamics to tell a story, support the song, and follow what everybody else is doing, all right?